Well, all right. What's going on, YouTube? Today, we're going to talk about Diablo 4 and the beta that just occurred over the last couple weekends that I spent an absolute disgusting amount of time playing because it was fucking awesome. It was amazing. The game's great. I love it already. I already know I'm going to spend hundreds of hours playing this game. And to be honest, I don't know that there are many things that would stop me from doing that. I mean, like losing both of my eyes, my hands being cut off, my heart stopping. Those are the things that would make me not spend hundreds of hours on this game. Why? Why is it? And why, or what are my thoughts on the Diablo 4 beta? Well, positives. What are the positives? It's everything I wanted in a Diablo game. I get to play a wizard. I get to play a druid. I get to play a rogue. I get to play a barbarian. I get to play a necromancer. I get to use all their skills and just destroy stuff. Play with loot, find loot, get loot, review loot, use loot, and destroy stuff. It's everything that I want in a Diablo game, to be honest. And they threw in a decent amount of additional things I never knew I wanted, but I really like. What else? Controller. Oh, I love using a controller. It is my preferred input method when it comes to playing video games. Why? Because I'm used to it. I've been using it for over 40 years now. I've been using some form of controller. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I wrecked myself playing hockey. And one of the things that was wrecked is my left wrist. And because of that, it's really, really painful to play on a key or use a keyboard for any length of time, which is one of the reasons why I really don't want to play New World anymore, because I can't use a controller. But Diablo is that same fantasy realm where you can use magic, you can smash stuff, you can use armor, you can not use armor. It's great. I love it. What else? What else do I love about this game? The transmog right off the bat is fucking sweet. I love being able to unlock new skins, change my look, make myself look like a respectable adventurer relatively soon in the game. I don't like to look like a scrub. I don't like it. I want to transmog, and I want to transmog early, and I appreciate that. That's great. That is a great quality of life add. Absolutely. The graphics are amazing. They're crisp. I heard that there were issues. People are having issues, I think mainly with queue times. But the longest queue time, what was it? The longest queue time I ran to was like 20 minutes, and it didn't end up being 20 minutes. I only got kicked out of the game twice. And I played, the first weekend I played 30 hours, and the second weekend I probably played 20. So in 50 hours of playing this game in a beta, I ran into no issues other than what? I got kicked twice and I logged right back in, so it wasn't a problem. And every once in a while on PC, there was some in cutscenes, there was some stuttering, frame rate loss. But you know what? It wasn't significant, and it's very easy to clean that up. But there were no serious lag issues. There were no login issues. There were no install issues. It was clean, like the most clean beta that I've encountered in years, probably close to 5 years, which says a lot. If they have that same quality at launch, oh my God, there are going to be hundreds of thousands, if not a million or more people playing this game on launch. And they should be, because it's fun. What else do I like? Build styles. There is a build for anybody. There are plenty of different ways that you can play the game. Sorcerer, you can use ice, you can use fire, you can use lightning. Druid, you can be a bear, you can be a fucking wolf, you can use stone and lightning. Rogues can use shadow, they can poison, they can trap, they can be long range, they can be melee, they could be both. It's just great. Barbarian. The barbarian is the only one that I found that it was hard to come up with different playstyles. Like you're literally going in there and smashing stuff. Like that's what you do. You smash. Hulk smash. That's what a barbarian is. They just smash, you know? And I don't know. It's a barbarian. That's what they're there for. But there were skills like lunge, which gave you some distance. You can cover some distance, and frenzy, which just destroyed things. But in combination, like there are a bunch of different ways that you can play barbarian, but not as many as I could think of. Necromancer, you can play with blood. You can play with pets. You can play with shadow. It's absolutely amazing. All of the different build styles that you could accomplish. Plus, there were tons of things to do. I was never bored. In 50 hours, I was never bored. From main quests to side quests to just running through the area and seeing events, doing dungeons, strongholds, inventory management. There's always something fun to do, and I enjoyed it all, quite honestly. Negatives? There were some small ones that would be easy to change. Like, I really want them to bring back the full fog of war. Like, being able to see everywhere where you haven't been. I really like that a lot. And it was a bit confusing when you open up the map and you see a big piece just unlock, but you don't know if you've been through that whole section or not. So you end up having to go through it again instead of, and maybe you go through it twice, but the spawn rates of the mobs were decent, so it didn't really make it that big of a deal. But I would really like to have full fog of war back. The stash. I really want a stash in more places, because having to go back to Kyovashad every single time you want to manage your inventory. I mean, if there's a stash in every major town and there's a major town in every area, okay. But I would like to have access to stash in more places, for surely. I don't want to have to always go back to Kyovashad. The tiny dungeons were kind of redundant. Like, they were the same for the most part. There was 3, I think, that I encountered. For the most part, it was the same one. And then every once in a while, you'd get the other 2. And the only thing that was different was that they would change the furniture. Maybe throw in a I don't know, a ring or something like that. But that one that is like the cottage and the hovel and whatever, that one's just, it's kind of lame. They need to do something with those little dungeons. Whether it makes, like, it's a nice little short fight, sure, but they feel like they're all the same. And if they stay like that, if there's not more variety in that, then maybe even more challenge in them, then they're going to end up being boring and they'll be avoided after too long. Absolutely. I did hear some talk too about item percent modifiers and how they're going to ruin the game. And I don't know. Man, yes, there's a bunch of people that look up build guides and only go for specific abilities and affects and items, and that's it because that's the most powerful. But I'm not one of them. The joy I get out of a game like Diablo is like searching the whole map and playing every single class and trying different builds with every single class. And anytime a new leggy drops that has a cool effect, I want to try and change my build to see if I can incorporate it, to see if I can make this new leggy work and enjoy it. And I don't know, like, I don't care. If they do take that out, okay, whatever. It's out. I won't be sad. But I mean, I won't be sad with it. So it's not an issue for me. I just want to play the game and enjoy every bit of it. What else? I played PC versus PS5. I didn't play it on Xbox, but I played it on both the PC and PS5. I played it on PC first. What is it? The closed beta or early access beta, whatever the hell you're going to call it. And I played on PC that whole weekend. It was amazing. It was. Played on PS5 the following weekend just to test it out, see what the differences were. And gameplay on the PS5 was great. It was. It was smooth. There were no issues. Never ran into lag. Logged. That was the one time that I logged in and it took 20 minutes. But I also tried to log in on my PC at the same time, and that also took 20 minutes. So that was not an issue. The only thing, a couple things I didn't like about PS5. For whatever reason, the PS5 has issues showing white. Maybe it's my monitor. I don't believe it because on my PC there's no issue with the same type of graphics. But if there's like a big white, like snow or clouds or whatever, big white background, it's like there's ripples in the background, and it's horrible. It's quite horrible actually. And the PC version did not have that at all. It was clean and clear, and that was quite nice, appealing. It didn't make my eyes hurt or strain. But PS5 did have that. Wasn't horrifying, but it's noticeable. PlayStation had faster load times. Not massively significant, but you could tell. You could tell for sure. And I guess gameplay though, the only thing that makes me, I'm not going to play it on PS5 unless something happens that I can't play it on my computer. The inventory management. You cannot move your inventory around on PS5. It is where it is, and all you can do is sort. And the sort is just kind of meh. It just sorts by type, I think, and that's the only option. If they add other sort types or sort options, then absolutely that would work. Wouldn't be as good, but it would work. But not being able to move around your inventory, for anybody that has even the slightest amount of OCD, that's a deal breaker. It's horrible. I mean, if that was the only way that it worked, I would get used to it and I would still play the game. But if you have the option between PC where you can just drag and drop stuff, or PlayStation where you can't even do anything, you can't move it at all other than a sort, definitely the PC version is way better. But I don't know. If your only option is on PS5, it's still a good option. That's my only like real drawback between the two, because it played great on PS5 as well. Let's talk about classes and which classes are the best. And this is 100% based on my favorites, and of course, which are the most powerful, but my favorites, which are still Sorcerer. I love Sorcerer. I love a Wizard. Every single time there is a Sorcerer or Wizard class in a game, I will play that, and I will play it first. And I did that in the beta, and I will do it again when it's live. But Rogue was pretty fucking good too. Let's talk about Sorcerer. The build that I ended up enjoying the most with a Sorcerer was using Arc Lash, Frost Nova, Blizzard, and like an invulnerable build, where you proc invulnerable and freeze people and just obliterate them. It was so much fun and so satisfying. I love it. I do want to play a fire build. I do want to play a lightning build, but I'm going to start off with that same kind of build. It's pretty uncanny that I do that almost every time from the start. Almost. I love a freeze build. I love a wizard. I just enjoy it a lot. Freezing things and then shattering them is very rewarding to me. But very close second, Rogue, which is surprising to me. I loved the Rogue. Rogue was so much fun. The build that I ended up with was a Shadow Imbue on Flurry and Dash that would cause them to vulnerable again. It would just melt things. You dash around, in and out, Use your flurry. Also used puncture a lot too. I thoroughly enjoyed puncture. That is a great little weapon, skill, whatever. Mid-range, puncture, dash in, shred, dash out. So much fun. That is definitely going to be the second class that I play through. Third was Barbarian. Barbarian I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the lunge and being able to close ground with that and then just frenzy the hell out of them or death blow or hammer the ancients. I enjoyed that. There was some really good damage potential and tank potential that you could do with a Barbarian. The Barbarian's great. Next would be Druid. I guess this is not in rank of power. This is rank, no, not I guess. It's 100% not in my power. It's based on what I enjoyed the most. And this is not to say that I didn't enjoy any of these. But Druid, Stone Shard, Pulverize, Overpower. Ridiculous. You just turn into a bear and smash shit. Like you were literally the Hulk. It was amazing. I didn't play much of the wolf and poison and lightning, and really didn't use much of. I used a little bit of the stone stuff for a little while, but Stone Shard that's my go-to like basic skill. It's great. And then last but not least, not in any way least, the Necromancer was a lot of fun. I made a build with Blight to start, and then Hemorrhage to make some corpses, and then Corpse Explosion all over the place. It was so powerful. I think Necromancer is going to be overpowered, because if you have full skellies and a golem, like, oh my god, you're just going to shred shit. You have all of those ads or creatures or pets or whatever you want to call them just taking aggro while you're in the back just shredding things. Necromancer is overpowered, but it was a lot of fun. So takeaways. Diablo 4, I cannot wait. I think the beta went so well that they should launch early. They should launch May 15th. May 1st. Fucking May 1st. Launch May 1st. They won't, but they could. The beta went so well, and for me at least, there were no issues at all. None. They should launch early. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it. It is the Diablo that I've been waiting 10 years for. 8. There were like 2-3 years where I played the hell out of Diablo 3. And then I've been playing a little bit this last year too. But this is the game that I've been waiting for years. I love Diablo. It is by far my favorite IP when it comes to video games. Probably the IP that I've spent the most time in my life playing. And that will not change. This game will not change that in any way, because I'm going to spend a crap ton of time playing this game. And I can't wait for it to launch. If you haven't yet, pre-order this game. And this is not like I'm not getting paid to promote this in any way. Pre-order this game because it's going to be fun as hell. I can't get any of my friends to play because none of them like Diablo. But if you like Diablo in any way, or ARPGs, or wizards and barbarians and rogues and slaying demons, then you should pre-order this game so that you can play it on the 2nd instead of the 6th. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to have to suffer now until 6/6/23. It would have been so nice if they could have incorporated another 6 in there. That would have been so perfect. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can always check me out live on Twitch every Sunday through Thursday at the latest 7 p.m. till around 10, but usually it's around 6 to 10:30, something like that. And then sometimes on Saturdays. But come hang out. We'll play some Diablo, or we'll talk.